All right, let's get to number two. So the mindset on enjoying meals. And so we want you to hear what we're saying the right way. I guess it depends on how you want to take it, but we're not telling you to not enjoy yourself. Obviously, it's the holidays. You're going to indulge. You're going to, want to check off some of those sweets on your list and whatever. But I think there should be some rules around it. There should be some boundaries that you set for yourself. And a few of those things that we follow when it comes to birthdays and stuff like that and holidays is setting boundaries around the foods that are not in our macro plan. And whether that's, dessert, whether that's, carbs or whatever, going in with a plan allows you to stay on track and to not just like overindulge and then just feel so bad afterwards. And then two other things that we do is eating our protein first. So we just eat a ton of protein and then we drink a lot of water. And then after that is when we kind of indulge in our cravings or whatever those things may be for us that day. So we're not telling you to not have all the mashed potatoes, all the casseroles, all the good stuff that comes with Thanksgiving, all the pies, all the cookies at Christmas. Like, that's not what we're saying. Because that wouldn't be a healthy way to live. That just creates an eating disorder. But we are saying it's a good idea to have boundaries around that stuff so you're not completely overindulging and making yourself sick and feeling bad and regretting everything and ultimately setting your mindset off track.
Absolutely. Love how you said that. A couple things to add. First one is that, get very well hydrated. Make sure your electrolytes are all taken care of too. So something that I like to do and something that we teach to everybody is to put Celtic sea salt in your water. I know it's an acquired taste, but it's loaded with potassium, it's loaded with sodium, twice as much potassium as sodium too. A lot of times people think they're hungry and they're not really hungry. They're thirsty or their body's craving those minerals. And so if you drink a lot of water beforehand, you're well hydrated, your protein, then you've really covered most of your base of your nutrition. So your body is going to feel nourished. It's not going to be craving those foods that aren't healthy, and you're going to be fuller in your stomach too, because protein is more of a voluminous food. And so you're not have the room to fit all of that extra junk in your body. And when you're done with this, and when you do indulge in some treats and everything, if you're weighing yourself every day, and especially if you're lean, you'll notice it more, and you'll notice it more in your training. If you're training hard and you have specific aesthetic goals, people think that if they work out hard enough that all those carbs and all those fats just get packed on as muscle. That's not true. Carbs don't build muscle. Fat doesn't even build muscle. Fat is an essential macronutrient, but the only macronutrient that is directly responsible for building muscle is protein. So to build muscle, all you need is a little side rant, but I'm going somewhere with this. All you need is four things. You need protein, you need water, you need sleep, and you need a stimulus. So as long as you get a hard workout in, literally all you need is protein, water, and sleep after that, and you'll build muscle. And you're not going to build any more muscle by putting in a whole bunch of carbs or putting in a whole bunch of fat or anything. It's not necessary at all. Those are important for energy. So whether you follow a high carb diet, a high fat diet, or a high protein diet, which is my preferred diet of choice, year round, back and forth between that and keto sometimes, but for the most part, I like the gluconeogenesis, high protein carnivore macros. So really the only macronutrient that you need to build muscle is protein. It's the only one that's directly responsible for that repair to take place. But no matter what your fuel source is, that has to be optimized to a point to where you can actually perform to get that stimulus and to push yourself in the gym. There'll come a point to where you can build muscle on 1,000 calories a day technically, but that does not give anybody the energy that they need to be able to sustain that long term. So anyway, there's that. And then if you do have some sweets, it's not going to benefit your physique at all. Like, it'll probably give you a better workout the next day, but it is definitely going to be some sort of a setback. But I mean, it's nothing that just like a few days of sweating out that water weight and just like maybe a little extra cardio, you're probably going to lift heavier. So you're just going to burn more calories by default. I mean, really, you're just going to have more energy. So you're going to burn more calories just by NEAT, which is NEAT, stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Basically means just like moving around and stuff that you're doing that is not directly intentionally used to be exercise. Like you'll just find yourself fidgeting more because you ate extra calories. You know, you'll find yourself talking more, maybe even. You'll find yourself moving around more, and that's a result of you just having more energy in your body's aware of that. I mean, the next week you're probably going to feel better too. If you have been in a calorie deficit, having that slight bump in calories is going to optimize your T3 levels, your hormones. So it could even be classified as a good refeed. You know, you'll be burning fat better if your goal is to burn fat. You'll be burning fat better the rest of the next week because of having that high calorie day, boosting that serotonin, boosting those T3 levels. It can be looked at as a healthy thing in that regard. So that, and then the last thing I would have to add on that is to don't weigh yourself right after that. Mickey just got from his trip to Hawaii, and he's on the carnivore diet. It's tough to make the carnivore diet work in Hawaii, you know. So he proposed to his girlfriend, who is now his fiance. So excited for him. But yeah, that was when he came to us about 7 weeks ago and said, "Okay, guys, I want to do your program. I want you to help me get shredded for the beach." I was like, getting shredded might be a stretch, but we can certainly build some good muscle and lose some good fat if you switch to the carnivore diet and keep training hard like you are. And sure enough, he went down seven notches in his weight belt. People don't even recognize him. His pictures are great. His face looks 10 times leaner. He's not holding all that water anymore. So it's been an incredible transformation for him. But you know, he obviously wasn't on track with his diet when he was there, because like he really couldn't be, but he wanted to enjoy himself too. And I was like, bro, like just eat what you want, you know, be responsible. And he called me a couple of times and he's like, hey, they got this menu and that and menu. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, go ahead. And if I was you, I would get this and this. And bro, like, when are you ever going to have a chance to eat that again? Go ahead. And you know, he was crushing his workouts because he's, you know, reintroducing carbs here a little bit here and there. But I told him, I just got the phone with him right before this. I was like, bro, do not weigh yourself, please. It'll mess with your head. It's not going to be accurate because there's water retention. There's all these other factors in there. So just go back to your normal training, your normal diet, what you were doing before you were on your trip, and you'll be good as new, feeling good as new within a week, and I guarantee it. So that's exactly what he's doing right now.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Number 3 is get